Hi everybody, this is Lock and Load Heroes of the Gap. What I'm gonna do tonight is to explore with you the scenario called the Defense of Klappebruck, which is one of my favorites for two reasons. First is because it really gives you an idea of the potentialities of this map, which I cannot stress enough how well it's designed to me. And because it's a scenario that offers also some really tactical options that are very, very relevant. As the title of the scenario says, the objective of the scenario of this game is for the Russians to occupy the city of Klappebruck with at least one good order MMC or CMC in each of the buildings here. Buildings, that is important to stress, are both one-level building. There are two one-level buildings and there are two two-level buildings, which can be important in the case the Americans need to retreat inside the city to occupy an elevated position to gain a better line of sight toward advancing Russians, but we'll see this maybe tomorrow after I played at least a couple of turns of this scenario. Americans set up first, and Americans must set up west of row N. On row N or west of row N. Now, they must set up first. So their dispositions on the map board is going to determine how the Russians will place themselves on the battlefields, and I think that according to the disposition of the American troop, you can get you can already move the scenario toward a certain direction. The interesting thing here is that there are basically only two ways to get to the city. Through the west here, so crossing this bridge, or crossing this bridge here. So either these routes or these routes, moving through Hill 330 and get to the city. Now, you don't play with the whole map because you play from row S to west, and Russians can set up on row P and or any row east of P until S, so basically four rows. Okay. Now, while I was positioning the Americans, I thought, the first temptation is sort of to build a fort here, okay, and just try to reject, okay, all the Russians' attacks. But Russians have better armored vehicles, and it's not how I like to play a board game, since I like to think that attack is the best defense, and since I'm playing solitaire, I want to make the things a bit more juicy. So I decided to position here on Lightwood X some squads and an ATGM weapon theme, and here two squads with a low, okay, with the Northerns that can fire armored vehicles. And these units have clear line of sight here in every direction. um, which means that if the Russians advance in this way, they are gonna be exposed to the fire of these troops. On the other hand, I placed here two vehicles that can rotate their turret in order to fire Russians in any direction. And this is a good position because they have a clear line of sight here. And also very important is that the river doesn't block the line of sight, and it does not degrade it either. So even these two vehicles here have an open line of sight in this area. Now, in this way, I try more or less to cover every possible entrance, but also, in a sense, to put the Americans not just in a defensive position, but to actually attack the Russian advance. So Russians, of course, they cannot just set up here because they would be on open access. So what I did is that I placed them here. The major parts of the Russian units here in the woods, and I placed the major part of the squads into armored vehicles, waiting for these two vehicles and this stack of units with a leader, a hero, and two machine guns to engage these American units and maybe clear the path for the units to advance. Two vehicles here to cross this road eventually, and one vehicle here and two vehicles here with units boarded on, with the same function, with the same ideas of clearing first the path and then make the squads advance. This is one possible way, I think, of arranging the units. As I said, I think it would have been probably even nicer if the Soviets could have set up in this area, because from this area they would have both, it would have been even more difficult for the Americans to set up and adjust their defense. These vehicles and these squads here could easily retreat in order to defend Klappebruck in case the Russians managed to break the American defense. Here there are two squads with claymore mines. Claymores are interesting because they have a range of 1x, and in the moment a unit enters this, if the claymore is deployed and the units enter this hex, the claymore goes off and it doesn't count as opportunity fire. So, and I place them here because this is, and the claymores are now not deployed, so the squads could eventually maybe move them here or here in case the tanks advance this way. Okay, this is all, and tomorrow I'm going to give more updates after I play a couple of turns. One more thing, both Russians and Americans have a sniper that, according to the lock and load rules, can be placed anytime during a scenario, and they cannot move after they are placed. And I'm sure that these two snipers are gonna play a very, very important role in the developments of the fights. I think this scenario is very, very challenging. This is all. Thank you.